Welcome everyone to the Trinidad and Tobago Film Festival 2021 Q&As. I'm Kathy Kareem, founder of Caribbean movie company Storyplay TV. Thank you so much for joining us. This year, our full program will be screened online from September 22nd to the 28th with our new media exhibition available online and in person at Grandison Lab, Belmont. That's this Friday, the 24th, and Saturday, the 25th, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. I want you to bring your questions if you have any for our filmmakers, and we'll try our best to answer them during this brief session. And of course, don't forget that you can check out the films at ttfilmfestival.com. Just look for the festival calendar. We have to thank our ttff 21 sponsors and partners. NGC is our signature sponsor this year, and we have leading sponsorship from Shell, Trinidad and Tobago, and Republic Bank Limited, as well as contributing sponsorship from NLCB and supporting sponsorship from Sport and Culture Fund. Today I have with me Derek Galon. He's a director of a film entitled Dominica, 3 Years After Hurricane Maria. And this film takes us into the nature island to look at how the island recovered from the hurricane. Welcome, Derek.
Pleasure to be with you. And that's actually the second time I had another very short flick, just 1 year after the hurricane. This one is longer, giving a more perspective of the recovery.
I see. So tell me, how did you fall in love with the nature island?
Well, that was before the Maria. I came here for work. I photographed for some resorts and the hotels, and I kept coming back from Western Canada quite a few times for quite a few years, over and over. And I actually worked then on some other islands, and every time I came back to Dominica, it felt home. It's like I've been in Canada, I've been in St. Lucia, I've been in other islands, Martinica, long list. But every time Dominica is like, at last I'm back at home. So with my wife, we decided it's just, if it feels that way, it has to be that way. So
if it feels right, it is right.
And actually, despite the hurricane, no regrets whatsoever. I still love it.
I'm happy to hear that. And would you say that the nature on the island is one of your favorite aspects of living in Dominica?
Yes, it is. I had the pleasure of traveling for work and just for other reasons too, around many places, Middle East, Europe, Canada, many places really. And Dominica, despite being small, feels like it's compacted so many different qualities. This small, tiny little place, it's mind-blowing. It is small. You can drive from one end to another within just over 1 hour. But I go to the same places many times and they feel different times of the year, different weather. It always brings something new, and well, what can I say? It's beautiful. It really is.
It certainly is. And speaking of beautiful, you start your film with images of the natural devastation that we saw on the mountainsides and the forests, all throughout the natural landscape right after Maria. And then you show us the lush recovery and the way that the greenery recovered. What made you decide to center the film around the natural parts of the island as opposed to the human rebuilding and construction rebuilding, which is there, but not as heavily as the nature?
Well, it is not only my opinion, but many people around having the same problem. Like we lost our homes, we lost our businesses, the infrastructure was totally smashed. We knew this is something we can deal with slowly, but we can do our thing. But seeing the total destruction of the land, the big forest which was just cut down and gray without a single leaf for many, many months, we all said that this is the biggest problem. The island needs to get back. We can manage to put our roofs back, to patch the hole in the road, do our thing, but the nature. And we all said this looks like it's 10, 15 years minimum to get back to a level which would be reasonably close to what it used to be. And it came so quickly that it had to be the focus of this film, because that was close, bordering on a miracle, really. 3 years. And I'm not saying it is exactly as it used to be, of course not. But the nature came back in such a force that the animals, birds, it just feels like it's in full glory again. It's different, but it's beautiful and it's very powerful. And whoever comes here not knowing Dominica from before Maria says, "Whoa, what a beautiful place."
Mm-hmm.
So that is actually a tribute to the nature. It was destroyed, but it came back in full force, in full glory, and that's why most of the short flick is about that.
Mother Nature said, I'll show you how resilient I am. Don't underestimate me. I'll be back in 3 years tops. Right? And she came back. That is beautiful. So you end your film on a very powerful note about hope. Because we talk a lot about, the way that the devastation, as you said, left everyone thinking, oh my gosh, how are we going to get this life back? How are we going to get this island back? How are we going to get things back? And you end talking about the power of hope when it comes to rebuilding and imagining a better future. Is that one of the things that helped you through the process of rebuilding?
Yes, definitely is. And it is felt by many people. I'm not saying everybody. There's some people are still experiencing extreme hardship due to loss of personal staff and businesses. Of course, that was a tragedy, and it still is difficult. But we all feel kind of hope, although seeing what happened made us all more aware of what can possibly happen again. So even now, watching the weather and knowing there is another powerful system coming next week very close to us, make us a little bit
Nervous.
uncomfortable.
Of course, of course. Have the strategies that you guys take as an island, as communities on the island, have they changed at all since Maria? The strategies that you take when hurricanes are coming close to the island?
Yes, I think so. Of course, officially the rules changed, that there is more efficiency in response, preparations, all that. But I think we all take it more seriously. We know exactly what may happen. It was a long time since Dominica had a previous strong hurricane, and that was a reminder of what can really happen to any of us on any of our islands. It's like you better remember. So
Mm-hmm.
so we do.
Yes, exactly. So we have to be very vigilant, and I'm sending my best wishes to everyone on the island. I know that you guys are looking out for the systems that are passing by this hurricane season, and it's a very tense time for the whole Caribbean, the hurricane season. So I'm definitely sending my best wishes to you and everyone on the island when it comes to that. I have a question about the voice actor who narrated the script. Why did you choose that actor?
Lives in Dominica for much longer than I do, but not only she experienced the previous storms, even smaller, or just even tropical storms, she has more experience in that way than I do. But she also had very personal loss during Hurricane Maria. Her home simply disappeared, same like mine. Like when I was very lucky not to be in my home where I am now, because we were still building this house. We were renting another house which was totally damaged, but we survived there. This home simply disappeared, only foundations left. So I think if we were here, I wouldn't be talking to you now. A similar story happened to Anne, our voice-over actor. She lost her place she worked on for many, many years, and then suddenly it was gone. So she had that personal input to add to the story, not to mention that in her previous life in the States, she used to be a voiceover and simply voice actor working for radios, advertising companies. So she is professionally trained as a good voice for the movies, for video. So all these elements made her the perfect choice. Plus, I think the maturity that adds to the substance of the story. It's not just someone young who is like still not sure how to treat this, but she has the experience of many years behind her to put it her way. So she had total freedom of interpretation, and that's what she came with.
So she had lots of experience, plus the emotional connection. That is what we love in a voice actor. And I think it came across because she had a genuine performance and a genuine reading of the script. So we're out of time, unfortunately. I want to thank you, Derek, for joining us. Our audience at home, we had some technical difficulties with Arlette, Pacquit, who is the maker of Monchoachi, but hopefully we'll be able to talk to her a little bit later on. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Don't forget, you can still catch the film. My name is Kathy from Storyplay TV, and I'm wishing you a lovely TTFF 21. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.